It's Fangirls Night Out, and you know what that means. It's time to grab a beverage and kick back with us. Britt, Kelsey, Brianne, and Danielle. 4 business owners fangirling over our favorite pop stars, their unique brands, and creative strategies behind the fame. So let's go, because we all deserve a night out.
Hi guys. Welcome back everyone to Fangirls Night Out. The girls and I are so excited to be back well into our 2nd season. If you're new here, we started this show this past fall and we still haven't met, but our love for all things Backstreet and branding are what keep us together and keep us going forward. So thank you all for listening and tuning in. And we're setting the bar really high for this episode with not 1, but 2 special guests. So I'm going to kick it over to Britt and Danielle to introduce them.
Yay! I'm so excited, you guys. So our first exciting guest tonight is one of the owners of Ava Dean Beauty. We have loved getting to know him over the last few weeks. We want you guys to welcome Josh Naranjo. There he is. Hi, Josh.
Hi, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited you're here.
Appreciate it.
And of course, our second very special guest, Josh's business partner. Some of you might recognize him as a Backstreet Boy, Mr. AJ. So excited.
Hello. What's up,
So
Josh?
excited to
Josh.
be here.
What's up, Alexander?
What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
Oh my gosh.
Amazing
Okay.
both of you joining us as very special
Yes.
guests.
Thank
today.
you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And AJ, we know you're probably incredibly nervous to be talking to us right now. So
Terrified.
yeah. So we just want to make sure you're comfortable. So we thought we could warm up with like some fun icebreakers. So each of us have a fun question we're going to ask you. And mine, I'm starting strong here. This might be a controversial topic, but were Ross and Rachel on a break?
It's funny you say that because
was
my
mine.
coffee cup says Joey doesn't share food. And it's got a sandwich on the other side. I'm not obsessed at all. You know what? I gotta side with Rachel on this one. They were broken up for a day, and but it's conflicting because Ross thought it was over, but that's why, of course, he says we were on a break. But I'm going to side with Rachel on this one.
Okay.
They were not on a break.
Okay.
Fair. It's fair.
I would have to agree. Yeah.
Fair.
All right. My question. I just love your voice. I think it is one of the most versatile voices out there. I mean,
Thank
you
you.
had your foray into country, which I have my little AJ inspired cowboy hat.
Nice.
I also love your cover of Love on the Brain. So my question for you is, what song would you want to cover next?
Actually, I just did a cover for fun with my music partner, Isaiah Levitt, who him and I are starting a production duo called Zaj, Zaaj. And once we start putting out music, it's going to be very 80s Daft Punk-esque type stuff.
Ooh.
But we did a remake of David Bowie's Fame. It's a song that I've wanted to remake for years. And in honor of Bowie passing, I decided to do it now. I also have in my house, it's about 7 feet tall. It's a painting of Bowie. I'm a massive fan. So Fame. We're gonna probably put it out next week. Actually, I think.
Nice.
Yay, that's super exciting.
Just for fun, Just for fun. Yeah.
That's
Looking
awesome.
forward to it.
All right. My question for you, AJ. Now, you said earlier that you are usually one with technology, so hopefully I want to know, what is your favorite thing to ask Alexa? Or one of her counterparts?
It's funny. I don't have an Alexa, but one of my closest friends does. And just like, okay, this is going to sound really messed up, but it's me, so it may not be that much of a shock. Pretty messed up, yes. So back when I first started using Siri, I was like, you can ask Siri anything, right?
Mhm.
So just jokingly, I asked Siri, where would I hide a dead body? And she answered me. She said metal foundries, dumps, ditches, or trash bins. I'm like,
Good.
oh my God.
Wow.
So obviously now you can't ask her that. She won't answer.
Right.
But if I was near a Alexa, I would ask Alexa if she's embarrassed to pass gas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just to see what she would say. Yeah.
Just to see if she's like, no, it's okay. Whatever. She might.
I'm totally asking.
My 7-year-old does that to our Alexa. He'll be like, Alexa, go fart. And he'll do it. And then it's over and over and over again.
Doesn't sound like she's embarrassed then.
And there's no,
she's not.
That's the best part.
She's very
That's also why I don't have an Alexa. Because I have kids that would
Don't
be
do it.
asking it the dumbest questions all day long.
No, it's a trap.
Right. The kids would ask for
Oh
sure.
my gosh, that's great.
Oh, I love it. All right. So, AJ, imagine you are a late night talk show host. Who would be your first guest?
My first guest would probably be Robert Downey Jr.
Ooh.
Good pick.
Robert's a good friend. He is one of the sweetest human beings in the world. He's an amazing husband and father.
I just watched his, he did that special with David Letterman on Netflix. I just watched it a couple weeks ago.
He also has a series talking about AI technology on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because he is becoming a real life Tony Stark. It's kind of really cool to watch. But about probably, I think Ava was about 2.5 years old, and I'll never forget it. He invited us over on Christmas Day to have hot cocoa.
Aww.
And my wife freaked out because she's like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to go. We show up and Robert comes to the door and he goes, oh, AJ, thank God you're here. And my wife is like, what is with you guys? This is a weird relationship. I'm like, I don't know. He's just a really sweet human being. And she was so nervous. And then 5 minutes later, Amy Adams shows up. Now she's double nervous.
Oh my God.
And it's just like, she goes, I didn't sign up for this. So my wife spent most of the afternoon hanging out with the nanny as opposed to hanging out with everybody else. I'm like, hey, come on. Come on.
I love
But
it.
Robert would be my first for sure. He's a freaking rock star.
That's awesome.
Choice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we just jump in? We'll jump into some questions here for you guys. So these are for both of you. Ready? So the four of us, I know we mentioned the four of us are small business owners, and we particularly specialize in like branding and marketing and website design and all of that fun stuff. So we know what it's like to kind of take like a personal interest, right, and turn it into a business. So we want you guys to throw us back to, what was it, about 5 years ago or so, when this business idea kind of started. So was there anything specifically that prompted you guys to kind of turn this passion into a small business?
Josh basically held me down at gunpoint and said, we're doing nail polish. We're doing it. No, Josh and I have been friends for what, 12 years? 12 years? Longer?
Yeah, this is the end of this year, I think, is year 13 or more.
13, yeah. So, Josh and I were always, since we were so close, not only as work partners, but as friends, we share a same bus. We're pretty much when we're on the road, we are inseparable.
Mhm.
So we're always hanging out on days off. We're always hanging out show day. We're always talking. And it was this like one subject that just continuously came back up, about, obviously I've been wearing polish for over 20 years.
Mhm.
It started probably in 98, was the first time I started wearing black nail polish. And then Josh and I just started talking, and, you know, it just became this, like, slowly but surely, this reality that, hey, we should do this, and
Yeah.
we can do this.
Mhm.
And then the real inspiration came from both of my girls, to, because me being a dad that has girls, I don't necessarily do the dad boy son things. Like, we're not out in the front yard playing catch, although we do. But my idea of a daddy daughter date is going to get our nails done.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
Josh and I just continued to have conversations about it, and we have friends that are in this world. A gentleman that actually started Dry Bar, as well as a gentleman who was the previous owner of OPI. So, reached out to them and started having a serious conversation about this. And like you said, it's been 5 years in the making. And the fact that, like, people are getting their polish now, like, it's actually happening,
Yeah.
is just, it's just awesome. And I mean, literally, hats off to Josh, because he's literally doing everything from the sampling to flying everywhere to look at different bottles,
Yeah.
caps, brushes, distribution houses, all of it. And I'm more on the creative side. He's more the business side, but he really has been just an amazing partner. I mean,
Aw.
he's done everything. It's going to be nice when, God willing, this thing blows up,
Yep.
and Josh and I can have a team working to do this, so we don't have to do it. Josh can take a break.
Yes,
Aw.
definitely.
And we know Josh has been working so hard.
Yeah, he has been. Oh. All right. Well, that was actually kind of a perfect segue, because our next question was about having a business partnership. So you kind of answered this a little, but we know that, like, it's not always easy to have a business partnership. Britt and I are business partners, and it can be tough. So we wanted to know, like, kind of what makes you guys good partners? Like, what strengths do you each bring to the table? And I was thinking it might actually be fun to have, like, Josh tell us what strengths AJ has, and AJ tell us what strengths Josh has. I would love to hear.
Go ahead, Josh.
Uh-oh.
Everybody's
On the
watching.
He's
spot.
like, give me the compliments.
Spotlight.
I'm going to think of my words.
I know
very
where you live.
carefully.
I know. If you take too long to answer this question, dude, it's not going to be good.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
No, you know
It's
what?
going to be all Kelsey's fault.
I know.
Well, you know what? I have to say that, AJ really gave me a really awesome opportunity with really no background in cosmetics whatsoever. Gave me a shot at this. So I say that, thank you to him for letting me opportunity. So him being a person that gives opportunity, like he said before, his creativity, his mind is able to kind of look into the future a little bit more, what he thinks is going to be cool. He's a pop star where he understands what people might like in the pop world, and that's where we're appealing to. So yeah, he's been really awesome with that.
Good answer.
Thanks, Josh. Good answer. Good answer, Josh.
Approved.
I'm going to Venmo you in like 5 minutes. So,
I'm going to publicize it.
I know. Of course you will. As far as Josh goes, like I said, Josh is he's very business savvy, but he's a really hard worker. Like he just said, he knows nothing of the cosmetic world. I know a little, just from, it's always been a passion of mine, makeup and all of these things. I've been wearing makeup since I was 6 years old. So and I've learned a lot about the cosmetic world from my wife, because she is a professional makeup artist, special effects, hair, beauty. So, when me and Josh started really diving into this, I was asking her a lot of questions to ask Josh. And then Josh would get the answers immediately because, like I said, he's out there hustling. He's out there traveling, going to these places. And again, if you would have asked him 5 years ago any questions about the cosmetic world, he would have looked at you with like a deer in the headlights. But you can ask him now and he knows so much.
Yep.
And he teaches me more every time we talk about what's the new latest thing about brushes or the new colors that are leading for like different seasons and whatnot. And yeah, he's just I would say Josh is definitely the brains and I'm the beauty. I'm kidding.
Aw.
I'm okay with that.
Hey,
Awesome.
I love that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that a lot.
Love the brotherhood. Love it.
you're
Very
busting your
cute.
ass, dude. You're busting your ass, dude. Honest to God.
Going to be good.
Oh.
2020 really was the kick in the butt, I think, for us to move forward with anything. There was no excuses.
Yeah.
We had no shows going on, nowhere to be. So it was definitely the perfect timing to say, hey, let's get this in sixth gear, if anything. And here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome. So obviously, of course, you guys have worked together in your Backstreet business for years, but owning a small business probably is a little bit different. So we're just wondering, like, what is something specific that surprised you, each of you, about owning a small business?
Alex, you want to take it first?
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, I've been able to kind of different companies that we've dealt with, let's say with our merch over the years, and just see how it does take a huge team of people to really pump out merchandise, pump out t-shirts, sweatshirts, keychains, whatever it is, dog tags, but that's a full-blown like 20 or 30 people working together as a well-oiled machine. You got yin and yang over here, doing this by ourselves, and it is a lot of work. But at the same time, we're continuously learning, and there's always going to be highs and lows. We're not going to get this thing perfect right out the gate, and yet we're continuously learning, and whether it's about different processes to make these things go faster, boxing, color palettes, whatever it is. I mean, we have really learned a lot. And like I said, I see a huge future for this brand. Because look, at the end of the day, everybody, men and women, young and old, wear nail polish.
Yeah.
Athletes wear nail polish. And the nail polish industry is a massive industry, but what we're doing is more of that mom and pop type mentality. I mean, this is made for the people, by the people kind of a thing, and it's just I'm a dad. I got 2 kids. They're my inspiration to do this. Josh has experienced this whole thing with me of fatherhood, and like I said, he's very business savvy. He's very smart, and he's always teaching me. I'm always teaching him, and it's just it's a lot of work, but the payoff that's happening right now with our first round going out is just like, I just want to give him a big hug and be like, dude, we did it. Like we're finally here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we never gave up. Like we never just said, you know what, this is not going to happen. This is just never going to go anywhere. Let's try something else. But now it's like, no, man, we're the train's on the tracks. It's moving. It's not in full speed yet, but it's moving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Such a good feeling.
So
I think
excited.
too, from, and I know, Josh, we've talked about this a little bit, is like something that might be small to like, a small business, right? You guys are at this scale starting out that is much bigger than like something that may be really small. It's just on such a grander scale for you guys, just because of the audience that you guys already have. You already have fans. You already have, a pretty established audience, right? So like those little things can sometimes feel like bigger things, right? But from your guys' perspective, just knowing that train is on the tracks, right? And knowing that it's like we're moving forward, like this is going to happen, and it's just going to keep going, and it's just going to keep getting bigger from here.
Yeah.
You guys nailed it. I mean, just to kind of add on a little bit to finish up what Alex is saying, is the surprises that come along. Almost everything is a surprise, especially when you're starting. And even after you've planned to your blue in the face, there's going to be things that just come up in your way that you're not able to predict even. And you just have to be able to adjust to it and do your best possible and be really transparent with the customers as well. Like, hey, this is out of my hands right now, and I'm really trying my best to do it. There's so many obstacles. There's the pandemic slowing down the mailing process. There was weather problems. And then what some people may not know is there's so many components that go into a nail polish where you think like, oh, this thing just put it in a box and send it out. It's like, no, there's brushes, there's caps, there's paint. There's just so many other people involved in this process outside of our realm and outside of our control. And thank goodness for Julie and Corey at SB Pace. They've really helped the business end of things that I think a lot of things that I don't know how to do or need to be done, executed. They've really helped with all that and keep me kind of in line over here, be my gentle nudges.
Well, from the outside looking in as fans, I mean, you said that this is 5 years in the making, and it's clear to see that you guys really put energy and effort into this. And I think a lot of times celebrities, maybe they'll just throw their name on something and just push it out and try to make a quick buck. But it was apparent that this was something you guys were really passionate about, and you wanted to show up for the fans and create a great product. And the product is great. Like I have it on my nails now, and it lasts, and it's good quality. So as fans and customers, we really appreciate that. I wanted to know, AJ, oh, you're welcome.
Thanks.
You said your daughters and your wife, they were a huge inspiration for this brand. When did you know that you wanted them to be such a huge part of it, that they had colors named after them, and that their presence was going to be sort of forward facing for the public instead of just AJ the Backstreet Boy? It became AJ the family. So what was that thought process like to put them front and center as well?
My life is not my life anymore. Once you become a father and a husband, it's not just about you anymore. It's about your priorities change. My priorities changed. This December will be 10 years married. My priorities changed 10 years ago. And then my priorities changed 8 years ago. And then again, 4 years ago. This Friday is Lyric's birthday. So this is a family brand in essence. Josh's family. Josh will always be Uncle Josh to my kids. He's like my brother. And this is a family thing. And like I said earlier, we want this to be for everyone. I have a few friends that are in my sober community that got the polish, that are moms, and they sent me videos of doing their daughter's nails. And, and it's just, that's what we want to do. We want this to be a family brand. We want it to be, like you said, not just me putting my name on something and expecting it to blow up, because I'm a very hands-on person. That's just how I am. I've always been that way, and I'll always be that way. I don't want to just get the easy way in and out. I don't expect that. I like to work for the payoff. And I do believe with hard work and perseverance, you win bigger in the end than if you just sign on the dotted line and just sit back and just wait for things to come, because they may never come. It doesn't matter if you're Beyonce or you're AJ McLean, not everything is going to work. You know, I mean, that's just the way of the world today. Everyone's attention spans are much faster shorter, because there's so much content, there's so much information now. And there's multiple brands out there that are copycats and this, that, and the other. And I think, again, what really keeps us in our own wheelhouse is this is a family-based brand, and this is inspired by my kids. You know, this is, like you said, this is not just me signing on a dotted line. You know, so
it's a real story behind it. Yeah.
There is, and there's a lot of heart behind this, and there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into this, and that will continue until, you know, the brand, God willing, gets too big and it's out of Josh and I's control at that point, and we have to have a full-on company that is, you know, doing everything round the clock, you know. So
yeah, I love that. That's one of my favorite things about the brand. I mean, we've talked this with Josh before, but it's like, okay, nail polish is one thing, but when you give it a brand and you have this great brand story and brand purpose, it's like, it just means so much more. And we really love that about it, the whole family angle. And I love how you keep saying that it's nail polish for everyone. I really love that. And it kind of leads into another one of my favorite things about the brand is just how it's been kind of like challenging gender norms and like stigmas around guys wearing nail polish. We love that you've been doing this for years. So we wanted to ask today, like, what's a piece of advice that you would give to someone who's like struggling to embrace their individuality in the way that you have come to do so?
That's a great question. And when you see my first single and video next month, you're really going to get a piece of that, individual acceptance. I can't say any more about it. But it's definitely going to be. It's my favorite video. It's one of my favorite songs I think I've ever done. And this whole EP that I'm about to release in the next few months is all. Everything is about love, peace, tolerance, acceptance, individuality, loving yourself, loving your neighbor. And that's all I want it to be about. You know, I've done everything else. I've done the cute, I've done the sexy, I've done the fun. This has got purpose. This has got heart. And, you know, to anybody out there, you know, that may be struggling or may be questioning, you know, you do you. That's all you have to do. You don't need to impress anyone. You don't need to get anyone's acceptance. The only acceptance you need is your self-acceptance. Self-love is the most important thing, I think, for anyone who's struggling with individuality, whether it's, you know, confusion of gender or you know, their sexual preference, if they're pansexual, transsexual, whatever that, you know, whatever road that you choose, embrace it 110% and just go with it. That's what you want to do it. And me personally, I will love you no matter what. It doesn't matter what roads you take. You know, I mean, I've been, like I said, I've been wearing makeup, dresses, nail polish. Sorry, Harry Styles, but years before you, baby boy. And I do love Harry. I love the fact that, you know, Harry Styles is doing what he's doing, and I totally support it because he's comfortable. And you know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what you wear or how you rock it. If you're talented as much as that kid, like you can't say shit about it. You can't. I mean, he is. So yeah, I mean, just you do you and just love yourself. Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to like take a sound bite of that and listen to it every morning. It's like a good mantra. Just get amped up.
And your next tattoo, Kelsey.
Yes.
I mean, I literally got you. I mean, it's very hard to read, but I have a tattoo that's on my collarbone that's purposely written backwards.
love
So
that.
only I can see it every morning when I get
Can
out of
I
the
copy
shower.
that idea?
Oh, totally. I actually copied it from a friend of mine who has gratitude on this arm and faith on this arm backwards. And I kept looking at him in one of my meetings, and I'm like, dude, were you drunk when you did that? Like, why is it? Why? I mean, we are in a AA meeting, so maybe it was a bad time in your life. He's like, no, I do it. So when I get up in the morning and I brush my teeth, I see that I need gratitude and I need faith that day. So mine's a very famous quote from Winston Churchill that says, if you're going through hell, keep going. So it doesn't matter if I wake up on the wrong side of the bed, if I'm not having a good week, just keep going. Don't stop. Keep moving forward. So,
I love that.
Yeah, I love that too. Well, thanks for sharing all of that. Like we already did sort of speak about this, but like the nail polish industry is crowded, one would say. But you guys have a unique benefit in that you already have an established fan base from your other side hustle.
Yeah.
Small one.
Do
Not a bills, y'all. What?
So, people know you a little bit. Do you see yourselves involving the fans in like the future of like your marketing decisions, or like how do you see that like being an active role in what you guys are doing?
It's interesting you say that. I can't say too much about it because it's not official yet, but there is a company that I've been speaking to, which is very interesting, where their whole kind of structure is allowing fans to become like investors and shareholders in their favorite artists or favorite brands, so that they feel like they're like really a piece of that product or a piece of that artist. And I think it's a really interesting conversation that's still on the table right now with me. But yes, in essence, yes, I think it's something, there's been countless times that we've done meet and greets where a fan will have a shirt on and Kevin's like, hold up, let me get a picture of that. And then he'll send it to our merch team and go, why the hell are you guys not doing dope shit like that? This girl made this herself, and you guys are not keeping up with the times. And it's like, so our fans have so many great ideas, that it would be really interesting to, pull from that side of me and Josh's world, and whether it's okay for the summer, we're going to let the fans vote on the next batch of colors, whatever it is, because again, if you're the ones wearing it, what do you want to wear?
Right.
So who knows? But yes, I think absolutely getting the fans involved in any kind of way, whether big or small, would be very fun. It would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's something that we spoke to Josh about a little bit, like naming one of the colors like something Backstreet referential. I personally,
we could have our own little Backstreet Boy sweatshop. Have all the fans in there filling the bottles. No, I'm kidding.
They would gladly do it.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, you might get a response.
Here's the rules. As you're bottling, you can only sing Backstreet songs. If you're caught singing any other artist, you're out of there.
Perfect. That's how we work anyway. So,
like, tell me why ain't nothing but a party. Oh my God! Well, I spilled it. Yeah, I mean,
well, if you need any fans to run anything by, if you need us to vote on anything, we know what to do. So we're always happy. And
awesome.
It's funny. We have this ongoing group chat all day where we just kind of talk about you guys and everything that you're doing. It sounds creepy to say that out loud, but we love.
I've heard a lot creepier. Don't worry. That's not even remotely creepy at all.
Okay, good.
We're talking about everything you're doing in an intelligent business owner way.
Yes, exactly.
It's the foundation for our friendship and all this cool stuff that's been happening. So thank you for everything you guys have been doing. But looking to the future, so you mentioned that you guys have big visions for this brand. This is just the beginning. So what do you see coming next as far as colors or more products? What is the next phase of Ava Dean Beauty?
Joshua?
Well, all right. I guess a little of the business side. We are looking into our next shade releases for the, let's say springs and summer. And then we're also looking into maybe expanding. We are a beauty company after all. We're not just a nail polish company, because then we would just be Ava Dean Nail Polish, but we're Ava Dean Beauty. So we're looking to expand and maybe bring in a little bit, maybe products for the younger generation, kids of all these current fans and customers. So we are looking into other products really soon here to get out to everybody.
I mean, yeah, I always refer to my oh, hi, boo boo. Yeah, come on.
Bring her in.
Say hi. Bring her in. Lyric wants to come say, come on.
I've got her color on.
Hold.
Say happy birthday.
There
to
you
her.
go. Daddy's doing an interview. You want to come give me a hug and say hi?
Is that Lyric?
Come here. Yeah, it's Lyric.
Hey, Lyric.
Right here.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy early birthday.
They said happy early birthday. Oh, I love you. Daddy's almost done, and then I'll go back inside, okay? Let me kiss. Kiss. Mwah. All right. Go back inside, baby. Love you.
Oh my god.
So precious.
So cute.
No. So
There's one
what
half
I was
of our
saying
brand.
is, yeah, exactly. That's one of the owners right there. I defer. I always defer to my wife for, and then I go to Josh with ideas because, like Josh said, this is a beauty line. So, talking to my wife about ideas moving forward. I want us to have a foundation down the road, eyeliner, lip gloss, eyeshadow palettes, all of that stuff, so these are things that we're slowly going to start to introduce on top of the nail polish. I mean, Josh and I are already talking about things for this next go around to add on to the, not just the polish. So, I mean, I look up to people out there like Jeffree Star and these guys that have really, really encapsulated that industry, and have just kind of gone on their own path, and they're not trying to be like anybody else. And that's where I think we are. Again, we're trying to just stay in our own lane, not be like anybody else, and make it fun, make it for everyone, male, female, doesn't matter, young, old, and just keep on making good quality stuff and see where the road takes us. Plus, I also, like, Josh is always the one trying everything out. So one of these days, once we have all the beauty products, I want to put them all on Josh at once. Eyeshadow, lipstick, nail polish, foundation, all of it's going on Josh.
We have to do it together, though. We have to do it together.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'll do it.
We'll have Rochelle do it just because she's the artist.
Yeah.
I was gonna say have Ava do one and have Lyric do the other, because that would be
Ava
does.
I love that idea.
They both do really, really well with their own makeup, and I don't know where they get it from. But like, my wife is like, in my opinion, is one of the most talented at the cat eye look, and Ava's got it down. I mean, she can do it herself, and I'm like, damn, I try and it does not work.
I might need their help. I always tell the girls in Vegas before I did my meet and greet with you guys, I spent a good 45 minutes trying to get fake eyelashes on until it didn't work. And I was just cursing. I'm like, I can't be late to meet the Backstreet Boys. I just have to go with no eyelashes.
Well, I could tell you guys, just because I've been a brand ambassador for this other company called Moxie Lash, and if you
wearing
haven't
them now.
tried it, yeah, if it's actually really, really cool. Like I didn't think it would be as, because you just don't know. Like you think magnetic eyelashes, you're like, I don't know. And when my wife said it was cool, then I knew it was cool because she's been doing the eyelash thing forever. And so yeah, I mean, I hear you putting on the eyelashes, putting on, I've gotten so good at my own nail polish now. Like I can do it myself. I didn't do this one myself, but I can do it myself.
Why don't you show everybody your shades, the shade that you're wearing?
Yes.
You guys like that?
This will be. Yes.
We need a pink. Yes.
I do like it.
Definitely going to do a pink. And then I know everybody loved the turquoise I had on before this. That's been, I think, besides the Roro red, I think the turquoise color has been the most biggest demand, which is really that blows me away because I wouldn't think turquoise would be a very common color that people would want to wear like all year round.
Or you set the trend.
It is a color that you can wear all year round. It's nice for the winter because it's got a cool tone to it. It's great for summer, great for spring. So
there you go.
Yeah.
That those two, and definitely a nice pink for sure. And we're talking about adding a fourth color, which we already have a name for, and I wish I could tell you the name, but it's my favorite. It's my favorite name, I think, of all the polish names that we've done so far.
Oh my goodness.
We were thinking of like a millennium white, like a millennium vibe white. How do you feel about that? Maybe.
A millennium white would be nice, or like a baby blue.
Yeah.
Or like a holographic situation.
General family would be good.
Yeah. Somewhere in this palette.
Whatever it is, we'll buy it.
Thank you.
I love it. So you guys, as we kind of wrap up the formal questions here, we know our audience is full of a lot of people who are fans of you guys and just self-starters in general. A lot of dreamers out there. And especially like we mentioned within the last year, right? It's just been a mindset change for everybody of just figuring out like, what do you want to do and how can you do something that you love going forward, right? So what is one piece of advice that you guys would both have for somebody watching right now that might be considering starting their own business?
First and foremost, I would say be patient. It's not unless you get that golden ticket and you come up with something that just overnight success, which does happen. But in general, it is a process. So be patient, be vigilant. You're gonna hit snags. Don't get discouraged. Just stay on the path, and if you can get yourself a good partner in crime to help you out. Doing a lot of these things on your own, I think, could be more challenging. It's been a blessing having a partner like Josh, because if I tried to do this on my own or vice versa, I don't think we would be here today. Where we are today, having this finally happening. So I mean, look, everyone's at home chilling. You guys started this show. Everything and anything is possible. Anything.
Yeah.
I agree.
What about you?
Oh, yeah. So I 100% agree. Get yourself, read books, on entrepreneurship. There's people out there you'll notice a consistency of the same type of blueprint that's out there. There's some little adjustments that you got to do here and there, but go on some of these things. Like if you had access to Clubhouse, go on Clubhouse, start listening to the people on there, because there's really experts out there that can give you a lot of free advice.
Right.
In our case, we're fortunate to have, again, Corey and Julie from SB Pace. They've really been, if you can get some people to kind of help you, you guys do. I mean, you each of you guys in your team, you have a specialty in marketing, branding, website development, all these things. Surround yourself by people that have experience in this, because I don't have experience in designing a website, let alone a Shopify account or whatnot.
It's a beast.
Yeah, it's definitely a beast.
It's a beast.
It's a lot of work. But but AJ said it right. Don't be discouraged. Have patience. It took 5 years for us. I mean, we had a lot of hurdles, such as being on the road, so you can't do things in person. But absolutely, patience is definitely a key thing, and having a great partner. I consider myself very fortunate, because who the heck would buy Josh's nail polish? There's just no influence in that at all.
You just gave me a great idea. If had you had it, can be called Josh Posh? Nail polish, like Josh's Posh. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Josh Josh.
Oh my gosh.
Josh Josh.
That'll be one shade one day. It's just a mixture of colors and doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, basically it looks like the rainbow, but once it's on your finger, it's like doo-doo brown. Like it's just it's like, whoa, what happened? Where'd all the color go?
Oh my goodness.
What happened?
Oh my
gosh.
I love it. Well, you guys, we cannot thank you guys enough for being here with us. This has been so fun for us. And like we said, we started this thing just a couple months ago, just because we were all chatting anyway about marketing and branding and business and all of these fun things, and talking about things that we love, like the Backstreet Boys and just, kind of pop music in general. And so this has been something that has been really fun and a good escape for the four of us. And so to have you guys here today talking about all of those things has been really, really exciting. So is there anything that either of you guys want to share, or anything that you want to let our audience know about, or anything like that, for Ava Dean Beauty, or anything else that's going on?
Alex?
Next month, like I said, I will have my first single and video released for my upcoming EP, as well as hopefully beginning of summer, I will be dropping a golf clothing line. I've been wanting to do something in the golf world for years. It's going to be an awesome brand. It is called Golf Over All Things, or GOAT. It's going to be really, really fun. And as well as obviously more from Ava Dean Beauty. And yeah, I mean, who knows? Like I said earlier, the industry is definitely changing. Now with the NFT world and blockchain and all these things, there may be some things coming from me in the NFT world on the art side of things.
Mm-hmm.
So as well. So yeah, I mean, busy boy.
So many things.
Oh,
That's
very
amazing.
exciting.
And Josh, what about you from your perspective? Anything that you want to make us aware about?
No, I mean, I think Alex just kind of summed it all up. Keep a lookout on our Instagram, keep a lookout even on our Facebook. Pretty much mimics each other, but whatever you're comfortable with, for the newest updates that'll be coming out, and we'll be sending out, sign up for our email list so that you're one of the first people to hear about it. So yeah, absolutely. Come visit www.myavadean.com.
Yes, awesome.
Yay.
So much.
Thank you, you guys.
Thank you guys. This
Thank
was
you,
awesome.
ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Dream come true. Oh my gosh. Not gonna lie.
Absolutely.